That's more like it. The microphone wasn't plugged in properly. Welcome, everyone. There's always something. Here I am, Monster to Mermaid. I'm on land. Yes, a mermaid on land. I am a little mermaid at this moment. I'm going to change my view for the thing that we were working on the last time we were in YouTube and what we continue to work on in Twitch this morning. So you see these glow blocks sitting out in this forest. Look at the moon. Look at that. They are actually markers for a future road. The road to Arnaaluk. Yes, a land road to Arnaaluk, which is a part of the new Gatehouse piece that Minecolonies team has added to the mod Minecolonies in Minecraft that allows for a relationship between two different cities. And we have two cities. And so we are looking at that, trying this relationship piece. Ooh, that just looks so beautiful. I'm on land. I am on the opposite side of the river, and let me go to the map for a minute. So there is a skeleton, dungeon, a middle-sized skeleton dungeon. It's not one of the big ones, above the ground, and probably because it's one of the ones that survived the tsunami. And then where there used to be an illager tower that's did not survive the tsunami, there is now a barbarian village, probably barbarians taking advantage of the skeleton's hospitality to replace the illagers that are no longer there. And I, as you can see on the map, am at a little point, is it still showing it or is it not? I moved down. This is what happens whenever I move. But I'm at a little point right here. So the point doesn't get much bigger on the map, but the map gets bigger. The point gets smaller. The point gets bigger as the map gets smaller. Okay, and let's get out. So this is where we are. This morning, we on Twitch, and if you want to see the work that was done on Twitch, you can actually go to Twitch. The date is the 28th of September 2025, and those of you who have accounts with Twitch, you know that Twitch only holds the streams for a few days. So if you are looking at this within that day range, you should be able to see some of the stuff that we did. However, if you are not, this is what we did. We looked at some city gates in the styles, and we came up with the OG. This is the original, one of the original town gates. And it's the only one that on the city side does not have a rampart, this rampart is separated from the part that has stairs. And so it is one of the very few that doesn't have something here for them to get on top and to look over the top of this wall and fire down on enemy. We don't really need them to do that. We're underwater. What we needed was this gate, and this provided the gate. This morning, we put in the stairs, and here they are. These stairs. These are underwater bases, concrete stairs as opposed to the glass stairs, which is really interesting because, as you can see, as we go down through the layers of dirt and sand, we can see those layers through these wall pieces here. I think I'm going to get rid of those. The ones that you can actually see out the window I'll probably keep, but the others will be covered. With something, maybe decorations or places where paintings are in inside. And this is a level 1 gatehouse. This is a level 1 Shire gatehouse. Now the Shire gatehouse is just a passageway through. There is a door here that leads to the archer being able to come up here and be on land, and so they can see through the stairwell. If there was any trouble through the stairwell, they can actually see the door from here. But this is pretty safe, a safe place if something was to go down. Why are we planning stuff like this? Because this is a Druid sanctuary, and excuse me, I needed to cough. And these are Druids who have suffered PTSD or trauma from being at war in other city-states, and they have come to the sanctuary. So to assure them that they are still safe, we have the first archer in the Druid city of Arnaaluk, who is down here, and it is Galilea. When we realized that we needed to have somebody here and that we would not be able to have a Druid, because only knights and archers can be scheduled to a guard tower, the Gatehouse is technically an interesting combination of a guard tower, and I don't see any. So whether it was a joke or whether it was a mistake, this morning when I was streaming, there were actual visitors here. Visitors were a part of this tower and were coming in, and now they're not there anymore. So that it's looking like there was an update to Minecolonies, and it's looking like that update removed the fact that visitors came in from the gatehouses, which is really a shame, because it was really a wonderful, cool surprise to see that. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Look it! Yay! It's still there! Yay! Because she is not coming from all the way across town. This is where we are. Let's come here for a minute and look. So if I come here, you can see me on the map. The town hall is all the way over here, and I believe it is in this area. So that's the town hall right there, where it says town hall, stop on the sub-taxi, and the tavern is in this area right behind the town hall. So there's no freaking way that she's come from all the way over there to visit this. They are actually coming from this hut block. The Gatehouse hut block is allowing for visitors to enter, and I am thrilled. I'm thrilled with that. I'm thrilled with that. So let's get back to the fact that we have an archer. The archer that we have, Galilea, when we realized that we had to have somebody at this gate, we decided to pick an archer. Archers, Druids are archers. They hold competitions for archery. They don't use their archery skills for offensive situations. They don't really even use them for defense. They don't like Alderaan, they prefer to be weaponless. But in this instance, Galilea actually is here. Here's an interesting thing. Look at her. Galilea is not carrying a bow. She doesn't have a bow in her hand. And that is pretty amazing, because even the trainees had bows and she doesn't. I'm really pleased with that. If that is a change, that military don't carry weapons until they're actually in battle, that would be excellent. There was a time when that was true. or it seemed like I remembered that from like 16 or something, but I could be wrong. 14 through 16, but I could be wrong. And so we have this area. Now, this is only a level 1. The nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, usually puts in the roads for cities that have an ambassador. And it is one of the things that they prefer to do. And so this stair is considered a part of the road. And so we put in a stair that goes up to the surface and a stair that goes down to the city of Arnaaluk. And this is what we were working on yesterday on YouTube. So you can see on yesterday's YouTube that we were putting in these druid stations. This is a druid station right here, and this station is specifically for the people who are coming from the surface. They have to stop here and check in with this druid. When the time comes, we will have a druid stationed here. Right now, this is only a level 1, which means we can only have a knight or an archer, and we're not having it. So we'll wait until these are finished, and then we will fix it so we can have druids here. And there will be one druid stationed here, Galilea up here, and then we have a couple of other places where druids are in this area. Why? Because it's a direct connection to the surface. So right here we have a druid tower that is going in at the end of, I believe these are the Sika apartments. At the end of the Sika apartments, we're going to have a red tower, a druid station here. This is only a level 2 that he's working on. Case is working on this level 2 right now. And then this station here, I believe, is a level 1. He hasn't worked on it yet. So technically this station doesn't exist for them. This is what Ta'ana workers put in. And he is supposed to be working on this as well. He's waiting for supplies. And then coming down this hallway is where most of the visitors are going to be directed. This hallway actually leads to different sections of town and will be good for the couriers so that they're able to come into this area easily. But the people who are entering from the gate will be directed in this direction. And see how we have these also here, where we have different, where there are windows, we'll have windows, but where there's dirt in these sections here, we want to see what we want to put into those. Probably maybe some plants, make them planters or something like that. You were looking at a level 2.5, if I'm not mistaken, here. Let's see what this is. This is in fact a level 2.5 of the other red tower that we have in this area, and this is at the end of this new druid section here. We have a backup druid section right here, reception druid for the hotel. This is the new hotel that's going in, and yes, I actually did bring it down by mistake 1 block. So we're going to have, we do have a step down here into the hotel. The hotel has not been built yet. This is the skeleton structure that Ta'ana has put up, and then we will assign a builder as soon as we have one available. We have also, off of this door, now we didn't use this door on the other hotel, the Trees Hotel, because the Trees Hotel was up against some other buildings, so we couldn't put a restaurant right here where we're putting this restaurant. And then we're putting in a full Aquatica restaurant right off of the hotel. This is going to be a very fancy restaurant, and the upstairs is already here. And of course it's going to have the dome, and they don't have much of a view, but it will be pretty in the way that views are in cities where you're among buildings, but it's very exciting to be able to see outside. And we have the restaurant pieces here. The baker piece is not here. We are not having the bakery that Mubian wants to be here, that Mubian has included in this restaurant. We are actually going to do what we've done before, and we are having the arcology bakery in this restaurant. There is just enough room for an arcology bakery out there. And then the other thing that we have to do is, you can't really tell until I get in the water, but it's not that deep. Taxi is much, much bigger than this. And so we are going to have to create a canal for taxis. Now we have taxi service over here, and we have a canal built for them right here. When I do this canal, I'm going to do it a little bit differently than this one, than the one that I did here. See all this stuff, all of this copper left here? I still need to take that out. Mr. Villager! Hi! Yes, Vincentius. Vincentius!
Hi, Mr. B.
I don't know that you heard him. He said, hi, Mr. B. And so this area here, you notice it uncovered a little skeleton area here under here, which is really cool. It almost looks like some sort of city building there. I still have these. I never came back and got all the copper out of this place. The taxi can come over top of this copper, which is why we didn't bother with it. This comes up here. The taxi can come up here and go this way. However, now we have something happening. Let me see which direction we need to go. Is that actually showing that still? Interesting. Hold on. Isn't this finished? I think this is finished. Let's come here for a minute. And let's at least make that not be there. And because this is not a door. Ooh, bonky bonky. Take that piece away and put that there. Okay, so this is one of the apartment buildings right here. You remember when we were working on the concrete builder right here, and we gave her an interesting look. And she has that area right there. And now from where we are, from where the cab is, the taxi station is right behind this wall right here. So it's up in this area. There's a taxi, and we need to go from here. Would be lovely project. A new section, yeah. Maybe some nice high-rise structures. Yeah, maybe so. But we're going this way. And we can see that a taxi could come this way. We're going to have to bring this whole corridor right here all the way over underneath this right here. And this is where we're trying to get to. This is the new hotel right here. And if I took right from here, I'll give them some room to turn around. So if I took from right about here and took a scan tool, let's use a scan tool and let's see what we would like to do with this. So we're going to take a scan tool, and how far down do we need to go? We need to start in the other area where the new gatehouse comes. Exactly. And so let's come here. I'm actually going to do this. So right here in this corner, right here, let's touch right here. We're missing the first position. Let's see if it will let us do first position. Nope, it wants the first position to be a top position. So let's go over to here and put in the top position first. So we're coming all the way over here and under here and make this right here the top position on this side. So right here, there's the top position. And then right down to here, we'll make the other position right here. So I have to go all the way across the ravine again. And you would, let's see what it is. You would love to project some of the leisure areas in this colony and hopefully even infrastructure in the next. Yeah. So we know that one side is over here and we need another side down here. So see that iron? Let's see if we want to make it this wide. So this is the second. Okay, there's the second position. So let me see what happens when I go up into the sky. Let me see how big this is. And there it is. So we can see a cutout right here that goes from there all the way across. It's got a canal to here. That's not big enough for a taxi to turn around. So that means we need the first position to be repositioned and bring the first position over underneath here, probably to about right here. There's a new first position, and let's come back and do the second position again. So Mr. Villager is saying in chat that he would love to project some of the leisure areas. Yeah, you can. I'll show you when I get the canal built. I'll show you some of the things that we are thinking about. I don't want the canal to go too much farther over in this direction, so we'll do a second position here. Wait. No, it's not letting me. Grr. Did it move it? No, it didn't move it. So let's X. So let's try this again. So see where this is? We have to watch that. There's an iceberg there. We need enough room. This is here, and look how far over this goes, right here. So we need this to come over into this section right here. So let's make this. Let's make this right here the first position. All right, and let's go back. I have actually, and in the Twitch this morning, we started talking about the things that we would like to have in this area in order for there to be, for this to be enjoyable for people coming in and from the ground. Yay! Hi, Fur! Hello, it's nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I'm good. So far so good. Let's look here. Do we have anything that is depending on this area? I don't see anything. So let's come down here and let's click on the ground. Right. It's doing it again. There we go. Now we have a new position, and let me see what it says. So now the position is this big, and I'm going to say this is good. So this is what we're going to do. It's going to be pretty scary, but it'll be okay. Show resources. So remove copper. There's only 5 pieces of raw copper in this area, and we're just going to remove them and replace with water. Replace with water. Select. Okay, and then select. And yes, we know the whole thing about water. There's a cobweb somewhere. Wow. We'll just leave it. It'll float to the surface. The magma blocks, there's 8 of them. So I'm going to keep track of some of these things here. We're going to collect them, but we're not going to collect them the way we did the other. We're not collecting them by blocking them off. We're actually going to keep count of them. And see, you're okay? Fur, that's good. Very good. Minecolonies skills, let's come down here and let's say that we're going to have 8 magma blocks. 8 magma blocks. So then let's replace this with water. And let's select and select. Okay, and then we have diorite. 5,782. We don't need this diorite, so we're going to replace it with water. So let's come here and do the same thing. Water and replace. And then let's go to the stone, and there are 53,400, and we're just going to replace this. Replace it with water. Water buckets and replace. And then we have 494 coal. So this is one of the ones that we're going to keep. So let's come here, 494 coal. So we will give that to the city because that's a huge amount of coal. So now we can replace it with water. And replace. Okay, and then let's look. We have oak planks. That looks like there's 45 lapis. Let's replace 494 coal. Let's replace the lapis with water. 45 lapis. And just working with AI making apps. Interesting, Fur. And let's come here and let's replace it with water. And there's our water and replace. Okay, so now the lapis. Oak planks from what? Is there actually some kind of... I wonder if we're seeing some part of a mine. I'm not going to remove those. Buckets of water, packed ice, not going to remove those. Copper, 609, we're just going to replace. Yeah, let's go ahead and give them the copper. Copper is going to become valuable at some point. Not for them, but maybe for some other cities. So 609 copper. Copper, and we'll replace that with water. Replace with water. And select. And let's go back up. And so we still have more water. Copper will be replaced. Dirt we're not replacing. Yeah, I think we have to, don't we? The ice packs I'm not going to replace, but the dirt I do have to. See how much there is. 1525. Replace with water. If I don't replace it with water, there's just going to be air there. And that's why we're doing this. Okay, and now there's air in 1028. I'm going to leave it. The topaz I don't care about. So we're just going to remove it. This will be interesting. The air we can replace with water or remove it. I don't know. I'll see about that. The sandstone, let's replace it with water. Let's just remove it for now. The iron ore, look at the iron. So let's come here. So let's come here and let's do iron. And how much are we getting? 365. 65 iron. And let's come here and replace it with water. And let's do that. And we've got that. And now we have 3,000 gravel, and we're going to replace that with water. And then we have andesite, 6,000 andesite, replaced with water. Buckets of water, let's replace that. A chain from what? So there is some kind of mine in that area. Let's just remove it. Let's remove that. The clay, there's only one. We're just going to remove it. Oak fence, remember there's some kind of mine down there, and there's 9. We're going to remove them. The sand, we're going to remove. Andesite. Wow. Let's come back up here for a minute and see. The water's still there. Look at the gold ore. We'll collect the gold. There's 9 gold. Gold ore. And so let's replace it with water. Replace that with water. Select. And we replace most of the gravel. Rubies, we'll just remove them, and now we have 3,000 granite that we want to remove. We're going to replace it with water. And there we go. So all that's going to be left here is this. And so let's come here and let us click on this, and there it is, people. There is the canal, and as you can see, we removed all these pieces from here. You can see some ice pieces in that part right there, and I'm going to remove them now with a pickaxe. And let's remove these. Let's see if we can see where that mine is. There it is. So you can see right in there. We've got pieces of a mine. And a part of me is going, wait, is that our mine or is that an abandoned mine? This is an abandoned mine with some pretty interesting stuff in it. And we just cut off a section here of the mine and are filling it with water. This is an abandoned mine. This is not one of ours. As you can see, it's got spider web. And this is fine. Let's get these pieces out of the way. Do I need an axe? I do. What is that? Take that away. Well, let's get this axe for a second. And quicker than let's see, learning and coding yourself. Yeah, it is faster, especially if you know how to code. If you know how to code and you know where the AI is going to might need some intervention, then it definitely is faster. I think that all Ooh, is this air? Oh my gosh, there's no water here. We opened up a cave, and look at this cave, look at the stuff in it. And there is stuff in this cave, but I'm not going to, it's touching the water right there. Okay, I don't want to do anything with this right now. It's not going to, oh, it's the ravine. It's not going to endanger anyone. We've cut through this ravine. And look how close we are to the monument. So this is another, this is an ancient ship portal into the Nether. And it probably belongs to the witches. When the witches had cities above here, when there was no ice here. And when this was probably the land, they had this portal here. And but that is all changed, and we can see that there are bunches of places in here where there's minerals and stuff. So what I just did kept us from having to do what we did over here, where we left the minerals thinking that we were just going to get them, and it's just too much. It's too much minerals to do that way. And when I come back into this area, when I feel like doing it, to collect the copper, it means we have to count it and stuff like that. So it's it works like that. C++, and what's the other one? I don't recognize the one between C++ and Java. I don't recognize that name. Where is he? He's not there. He's not there. I beg your pardon. Vincentus Primus is gone somewhere. These, when they're made out of concrete, will actually probably see how there are some supports in parts of the city. This restaurant will probably have a support. The part of the hotel is encased in this ice pack here. And look at all our visitors. But now we know that we can have a taxi in the hotel, the new hotel. So this is the taxi station here for the second makers area. And this is where we put in a special dome, one of Mubian's empty domes, to use as a taxi station in this area. And this taxi can come around here and now come through here, come completely around. Now if I wanted to, I can take off some of these corners and make it not look so carved out, but we admit that we're carving this out. So now the taxi can come down here and come down. They can come down, turn around, and then it can come up here. And from here, the taxis can either go in this direction, which is the way they should go. And let me see if there's a way for them to get through. And there is. They can come through this direction and go around. Is there a way for them to go this way? There is not. So let's look and see if this is going to work. If we can get them. And that just brought us back to here. So how was this other taxi getting to other parts of the city? Was it coming here? And this is closed off to it now? And coming through here? Because there wasn't anything here. So we just filled in the taxi where the taxis used to go. And now I've got to figure out how to get the taxi to go the other way. So the taxi would go to the downtown, to the town hall taxi station. So from here, let's come over here. So there's the taxi here. If we can't get the taxi to go in that direction, we'd have to bring the taxi around to here. Yeah, we are. So we know where this goes. This goes to the submarine. There's the submarine. There's the nether portal. And down in this area, can we go around this? This would be a pretty wild taxi ride. We would have to go around these glaciers. My gosh, it's another portal. Wow. Look at this. Whoa. Oh yeah, look at all these things. I don't know whose knives that is. I'd have to look. Will it show me if I put it here? Nope, it doesn't show me. This is not a grave. It has no bones. This is a treasure chest, and it has some different things in it. I have no way of getting the taxis around. So if the taxi comes all the way around here and through here and around to here and around to here, where is it going? See where I am and see where the border is? Okay, so we have housing here, and this is where this is. So this is a taxi home. This is where the taxis are born. This is actually where the taxis come out when they're done. And so this up to here. And how are these taxis getting? So they would come up here, come around here, come through here. This is really quite a ride for these taxis. This is very, very short, but it is possible. Holy good night. Look at the clay in this area. And come this way, and look what we've got here. We've got this side of the city, which is actually good because right here, coming down into this area here, we are getting close to the big bay for citizens are in bed, and here it is right here. So this, can we come in through here? Can a taxi fit here? I'm not sure that taxi can. I think it has to go all the way around. But this is the submarine bay right here, and the taxi can come up through here, through and get to this little section here where we have, what are you doing here? I don't know why this is here. Where this is here, this is very strange, this being here. See this part right here? There shouldn't be anything here. That is curious. So we still have some anomalies happening. Fixing errors and tests are next. Okay. So you're actually making a program of some sort. You actually are making a specific program you don't want to talk about, I'm sure, until it's done. Is that correct, Fur? That sounds actually like fun, like an adventure. Let's take these off of here. Here's one of the taxis here, and they can come down. All right, so it is possible to reach it from that side. And the taxi comes to here. This is the, you can see there are a whole bunch of submarines right here. And all these submarines are using this submarine bay right here. We have the special third game editor, create and play. I Game editor, create and play. Cool. Interesting. So, is there a way this way? Let's see if there's a way to the new area from this side. I think that this doesn't go anywhere through here. Can you imagine being in a taxi? And this is your route? So here's taxi here. And it can come to here, and look at this. Look at how easy this is. This is the new area right here. And where is our new part? This isn't big enough. I don't know that this is big enough for a taxi to fit underneath this part of the building here. That's what I have to look at and see. Because this is the new section here, and this right here is the submarine bay. Right here, the one that we just dug out. Does this actually need to go farther? Do we need to have this canal? There's no way that they can connect between here and here. This is already here. That's some sort of valley. Yeah. I think we will have to continue and make it so that the submarine taxis can come to here. An ocean taxi. Oh, on Android. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So we can't come this way. We know that this is landlocked right here. So how did we do that? Isn't that weird? I found a little teeny tiny place to come through. So I must have come through here. This is exactly where I came through. Right here. And there he is. Hi. Vincentius, what is this? There's C++, Java, and what is that? Kotlin? Kotlin?
Programming languages.
Programming languages. Fur is making an Android, for Android, he's making a third game editor, create and play. And he's using AI to help him with it. And Vincentius said, cool. And he says it is the new way. And Vincentius is a developer, so. And so, dun, 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 dun. So we can, isn't that wonderful? We can actually do it. We can come through and come through here, and there is this one little area here, right here, through here, where they can come, and then depending on, this is the scrubs too, the delivery scrubs. We could maybe widen this and have this go right into here. We can't do a diagonal, so it would probably have to be sets of squares that work there. But that's where we would continue. So we're going to have a taxi here when this hotel is built. So let me show Mr. Villager if he's still here. And he was talking about luxury areas. This is going to be a new hotel here. Language programmation. Language programming, yes. This is a new hotel right here. This is the new restaurant in this area. We're going to put in a, right here, going to put in a bakery. I'm not going to do that today. And up through here, this is the reception for the hotel. This is a druid station. This is a red tower, which means that they can see the surface. And then up through here, right to here. And this is what Mr. Villager didn't see. Right here. I'm going to make that go away. Make this go away. This is the reception area for the Gatehouse. The Gatehouse is up these underwater base stairs right here. And this cobblestone area starts the Gatehouse. This is a Shire level 1 gatehouse. And from the outside, we have another pair of underwater base stairs right here that go up to the surface. And through a OG, an original Minecolonies style, gatehouse. And this gate here, I'm being joined by the air conditioner. So it's going to be a little noisy. I'll try not to raise my voice at the top of it. This is in fact, this fenced-in area here is in fact the top of a Shire gatehouse. And we have buried it in the ground in order to take advantage of the fact that you can bury it in the ground. It's meant to be on a hilltop, I think, but you can bury it. We buried it, and this allows us to make a connection to the underwater area. So we're using 2 underwater base stairways, and the reason I'm using underwater base is because underwater base has a 3 stairway. Look, we have snow. Has a 3 wide stairwell, whereas most stairs are 2 wide. And so it works perfectly as a hallway stair right here. Now I know this is here like this. This is finished. I'm actually going to bring this part up. Let me come here for a minute and bring this whole section up here. Let's put this in, and put this in, and put that in. So I would like that to come up just a little bit higher, so that it doesn't look like you're going to hit your head right there. And we'll put that there for the time being. Of course, this piece is going to disappear when they start working on this part. It's quite cool sounding. How long have I been doing what? Are you asking Fur how long he's been doing? Yes, he is. He's asking, Mr. Villager is asking Fur how long he's been doing language programming. And we're going to go through here. Let's see what I can put away. And we don't need this anymore because we used it. We can put that away. And I like so far. So we still have to go and figure out a way. We still have to open up the bottom underneath there. But I don't feel like being bothered right at this moment. I'll probably do it on Twitch. Open up that area underneath and bring the canal a little bit more in this area. So Case has stopped lecturing at the university and has returned to being a builder, and he has taken Elena's original her farm builder shop, which is an extension of Hallie's shop. Remember long ago when Hallie was overwhelmed with the number of farm projects she had, we actually put in our college builder right off of Hallie's builder shop right here. And so Case is using it. And right here like this, you can see he has stuff upstairs. And we also moved him. He now lives in this area, which is important, so that his commute to his job is only 37 blocks, which is very nice. Hallie's commute, Hallie was doing druid reception work, and she came back to work happily to work on this area, and she and Corinne, her partner, live 38 blocks from here, so they both are doing really good. They're both waiting for red.
So wise.
Now they're both waiting for books. She got her red concrete. Let me see if he got his.
Good to see you.
Hi. He hasn't gotten his yet. It's being worked on. You can see the recipe is there. The delivery of red dye is coming in. Gravel is coming in to help make concrete. And we're still waiting for books. Both Case and Hallie are waiting on books. Now, books are made by sugar farmers, and so we have sugar farmers working on getting some books to them. There's plenty of leather, and if there isn't, let me check. Is it possible that there isn't plenty of leather? We have cows. We have cows in both Arnaaluk and we have cows in Petit Hamaluk. So both places have cows, so we should have more than enough leather for the making of book covers. We have plenty of sugar right now, but we can check and see how much cane we have to contribute to the making of books. We're using that. That is the one thing that I hope will change at some point, that bamboo will be used for paper. Let's look here. This is the main warehouse. There are 3 warehouses, and in the main warehouse, sugar cane, we have 6,000, so we don't have a problem there. Leather, and we have 1,000, and plus we have like 1,000 boots. We got rid, and what I mean by that is we sold off a huge number of leather boots that had been repaired in order to get some food that we needed, to get rice, to get salmon from some other cities, to get soybeans, and to get chickpeas, to get apples from some other cities. And let me look here for a second. I don't think any of those things are here. I think they're all in the second warehouse. Apples. Yep. And something else that's needed here. Apples and kelp. There is some kelp here and salmon. Populated census in Arnaaluk. Just wanting to check the numbers. Lizard detected. Be safe, seek shelter. Yes. Let's come this way. And Mr. Villager would like to see how many people we have. So we're going to go to the town hall. And the easiest way to the town hall, I think people are going home. No, those are just couriers making rounds. Let's see if Laura is here. Laura is the doctor in the main hospital. She is. And we see workers and who is this?
I'll take care of it.
That is a visitor. No, that's Kiara. Kiara. Oh, that's right. Kiara is the sugar farmer who doesn't have anything to do because of what's going on with the sugar farm, the planter not being able to read outside fields. So let's come back here and look. And this is what Mr. Villager wanted to see. We have 164 people. And before I started the new section, I was looking to see if we had room for at least 10 more people or 20 more people. we get them in groups of 6, so 12 more people would be 2 sets of kids, and 24 would be 4 sets of kids, which is actually quite nice. We have enough apartments and housing for them. And as you can look here, we have a new restaurant, and that new restaurant hasn't been, we haven't done anything with that yet. We are short 6 couriers, and we can look at our people and see already capacity for 250. Yeah, we've done the research for 250 people, so we can actually have up to that amount, but I don't think I want to have that just yet. Archers, we have our first, the squires. We were going to take Zane from here, but Zane didn't have the druid abilities. Zane is really an athletic, he's a trainer, and so he's really a good he's a good teacher of archery, but he is not necessarily a druid with druid skills. We have 6 bakers, and we're going to have a 7th in the new restaurant. We have 2 beekeepers, blacksmiths. We only have 4 builders working right now. We have River, who is working on something. Someone else is showing up for work every day, and I wonder who that is. Oh yeah, Ryan. So we have Ryan. River, in the tree farm, the northwest area, she's still working on some things there. Ryan is working in the second makers area, and then Hallie and Case came on, and they're working in the Gatehouse, the new Gatehouse area. We have 3 carpenters. We have 4 cookeries. A chef is a cookery. We have 4 of those. We have 3 chicken herders. I thought we had more than that. Something's wrong with this number. Where's our 4th chicken farmer? 1, 2. No, that's true. We only have 3. We only put in a single chicken farm in the dairy area, and so that gives us that. Azrael and Greta are our environmentalists who are running the composting plants that we have. We have 3 concrete mixers. Cadence was the one that we made her that beautiful shop just in this past week. That looks really cool. I'll show it to you, Mr. Villager, in a little bit. The restaurants, we have 12 now. So we will have 12 restaurants in the city and 4 cookeries. So it should work out okay. And we only have 1 crusher and 1 sifter. They can take off completely when we have a holiday. It would be space for around 30 people, 6 residences inside. You're making a residence? Interesting. And I would love to put it in, Mr. Villager, but you know what that means? They won't be able to use it because it's not tied to Minecolonies. There would have to be some way to tie it to a Minecolonies hut block. Now I might be able to do it by using the space that you're designing, and then taking a Byzantine hut block and putting it in so that they can use your place. I might be able to do that. 6 residences inside. So keep that in mind, that in the bedroom of these residences, I would have to put in a Byzantine. Otherwise, it's just a building. They wouldn't go near it. and I wouldn't want that to happen. So I'm just warning you about that in advance. Keep that in mind with the way that you're designing this building. This is the size, I'm going to show him right now. This is the size of a Byzantine piece. And let's come here, let's come to here. I have that, let's come here, let's come to here. That's why you are an adaptation guide. That's exactly the point. 6 Byzantine residences. So we'll show everybody. There's BYZ, and what this is in the fundamentals of Byzantine, under residences, there are 2 residences that don't have any walls or floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. And there's the first one. This one right here, and you can see how tiny it is. This is a level 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The level 5 looks like this. So see, it's only 2 blocks high, and it's very tiny, so it can fit into a bedroom. And then the other one is the last one here, the Insulae 3 beds. And it's the same, and let's come to the last right here, and the level 6 looks like this. So it has beds, but the primary piece here is this hut block in a really small bedroom space, which allows me to put it into something that Mr. Villager is going to make. He will just make the facade like a husk that I can manipulate. And the Byzantines are simply perfect for this. They definitely are. And are there any compact guard posts and couriers? Yes. So the compact guard posts, underwater base has a guard tower under military. This is, maybe it's not theirs. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. So, no, it's not underwater base. I wonder if it's cliffs. Let's see if it's cliffs. Had a guard tower. Let's look. Yes, guard tower false. And so it's the cliff style that has a guard tower piece that can be used for the guard towers. And so you can add a guard tower. Also, I think Byzantine itself has some guard tower pieces. That's the guard tower piece, and courier's the same. Let's see, switch back, and switch back. Let's look at storage, couriers, and there's a false courier right there. So that's all there is just this. And that is courier. You can put it in anywhere, and you can make it a level 5, and you have a courier in that space. So all of those are available to put into a facade, as Mr. Villager is calling it, for the new area. So this is going to, let me come here for a minute. This is the fitness center, and our fitness trainers are back here. I haven't seen them recently. I want to see, they're about to wake up. I want to see if they're still carrying bows. Yes, they are. So see, the trainers still have bows. And there they are. They're getting their bows and getting themselves set up. They're going to do some training before they go have breakfast. And this is the reason why we take the bad bows out. See, this is power, unbreaking, and mending, but it's not. It doesn't have any ones on it that will damage them, so they can't damage each other fatally with these bows. And that's what we're looking at here. and all of them are infinity and power and unbreaking, and they spend time practicing and getting ready for competitions. And there is one of them now. Zane is going up to eat. What's the matter with you? What are you talking about? You're not getting any food. You have tons of food. What are you talking about, Khalil? Khalil, what is the matter with you? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That goes in the fridge. Put that there. He has too many teas. He only needs 3. 1, 2, 3. This one goes back. This one goes into the refrigerator. This goes into the fridge. Yeah, you don't have a lot of stuff going on there, do you? I see. You definitely do not have a lot of variety. He doesn't need a tea. Does this make 64? No. He's got that there. He's allowed to have some. This goes back to the warehouse. And look at this. Look, there's Leonard, and Leonard is making bread, it looks like. Nice. And Zio's visiting. Zio, don't you have a family? You sure do. Danny, that's right. And that's why Danny is staying nearby, because they have a family. And even though she works as a trainer, we have several of the druids who have families that they return to and that they visit when they're off duty and the like. And who's this? This is Mira. Mira, are you complaining about food also? All right. I'll just see what's going on with the food. And Danny might be here. Case is here. This is the place where we put Case when he stopped lecturing at the university and joined the building crews again. Let's come over here. Danny must be over here. Let's see if he is. And if he's not here, and if he is here, what is he doing? This is Nola. By herself there. And that's blood. I don't know. Danny, what are you doing? Did I move him to the university area because he was lecturing? Is he lecturing? This is unfortunate. He is feeding them, and they are getting fed. They're just complaining about what they're being fed. Let's come back here, because this is usually where they complain. Let's come back and look at Nina. And sure enough, look at, they're all complaining. Wow, look at that there. That's the restaurant. Did you see all those little red things? I'm going to go to the restaurant. It's going to be jammed. And sure enough, and if she's sitting down, which she is, nope, she's just surrounded by people. She's got nothing except teas.
I've worked enough for today.
She's got nothing except teas for them, and she's got nothing else. I can't even get anywhere near here. What are they eating? No one's eaten anything. No one. She didn't serve any food yesterday. Whoa.
It's a fine day.
William, go away. Oh, there she is. Wait, I just saw her. There she is. She's talking to Mildred about how she's not feeling good. Cancel. She's gotten too far behind. We're going to cancel out her requests. When they get this far behind, they don't get any deliveries. So we'll cancel them out. and get some deliveries to come in. Let me see, I've got 3 teas and they should go in here with those. And she's got enough of that. Nobody's going to work in this area unless we get some food stuffs in here. We might have to have a courier come back here. One reason this is happening is I was working at the other end of the city, and I do not have chunk loader on. And chunk loader is not advised by Minecolonies because of the fact that if you have it on and you leave the city, you will get attacked while you're not there, or people die of illness, or what we have going on here, where you wouldn't realize that these people haven't gotten any food. And so let's see. So Franklin's not going to make anything because he is sitting in the restaurant. However, and he doesn't have enough made. He only has 1 cheesecake and 1 muffin left. That's like, that doesn't make sense. How much time do I have? Oh, that's a good question. Ooh, I don't have a lot. Thank you for asking, Mr. Villager, because I'm only supposed to be streaming for another 10 minutes. Remember, this is a short one. I'm only doing an hour and a half. And now I have a problem with food, which is going to... So I don't have as much time. I might have some time tomorrow to work on it. Let me go to the warehouse for a minute and see what's here. And thank you for the reminder. Yes, sorry everybody, but this is just an hour and a half right now. Yeah. However, so remember I wasn't streaming on Saturday and Sunday? And that was because actually the schedule that I had while we're staying with Vincentia's premises family makes it that I can't really stream on those days. Yet I streamed yesterday and today because the schedule is changing again. Let me put, hold on, let's go back here, let's go into inventory, let's put these here. Let's sort the warehouse for a second. Let's look and see if we have any extra. Let's look for bread. We've got lots of doughs, but we don't have bread that they'll eat. Let's look for dinner. And there aren't any dinners in here at all. Let's look for soup. And they won't eat that soup. Borscht there are 16 borschts here. I don't think he serves those. And so yeah, we'll have to wait for the catch-up, wait for them to catch up with making food for Nina. So stay over here. That's what blood should be doing. We should have enough resources. And that looks like people are going home. Let's come here for a minute. Let's look at what blood has here. It's possible her refrigerator's open. It's possible that she has food already made. She has bread, but those are for trenchers. She has pork chops. Wow. She has lots of things, but those are for making food. She's not making any. She's got some chicken broth, and that's for making egg drop soup. The chicken broth is for And the manchet bread is for trenchers, stew trenchers, cabbage and those. The tortillas are for tacos. And she has squash and stuff for zucchini. She has butter. She has cream cheese. And she has loads of room here. So she has what she needs. She just has to make stuff. So here, a pan, she's got a pot on the stove. And we'll just leave her to do. There's another one right here. So Harry's right here. Harry has the restaurant in the town hall. We took over from Monroe. And this is Everly right here. Everly used to run a bookstore, but she decided she wanted to do this. So we can't look at it from here. We have to look at it from here. She has 4 ramens. She has 5 kanjis. She's making sushi. Look at this. Whoa. She has 4 fish dinners. 11 steak dinners. Let's come back up here and let's come here and let's request pickup. Request the courier to pick up food from here, and hopefully that'll be delivered to Nina. Let's look at, I only have 3 people who serve sushi. Harry serves it, Steffi, and Zaria. Zaria, I think, serve it. And let's look here at this. And once again, here we go. Let's leave these here. Look at how many egg drop soups are here. Yes, too many. So let's take that. The ramen is good. Those are good. And these egg drops have to go back to the warehouse. What's here? He's got egg drop soup here. So this one goes back. Hold on a sec. And what do we have here? Hold on. Oh, okay. My sister's informing me of some information that is good for her, and I'm really glad. Yay. Okay, 58 egg drop soups. I'll leave them here for him, and 57 teas, I'll leave those. He is at the center. He is in the town hall area. Let's take these and put them in the stash box right here so they can go back to the warehouse. If I put them in the stash box, then one of the couriers will come along and take them to whichever warehouse they're going to go to. Let's put these in there, and there we are. And I do apologize for the noise. This is one of the reasons I haven't been streaming really in this time of day. Try and get beyond. This morning on Twitch, it was 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and so it was really nice and cool, and so the air conditioner didn't come on. But it is absolutely on and staying on right now. And ordinarily, Mr. Villager, you would have had time. If I was doing the second hour and a half, I would have definitely had time to show me the building and for us to work on it. I'm going back to the gate area. No, I don't want to just, I'm going back to the gate area for right now because we're getting ready to leave. And so here we are. This is the town hall for Arnaaluk, the underwater, the glacial seas sanctuary. And we're going past the main hospital. We're going to cross through the Spirit apartment. Actually, this is the Sakura apartments here, to the farm rail. We have streetcars in the farm district, and we're going to the farm rail, and then we're going to take this road over to the Azalea apartments, and this leads to the Gatehouse area. The Gatehouse area is through the Azalea apartments, and this is the Azalea apartment reception area. There are dairies here, and at night the cows are more than they are in the daytime. They harvest cows in the morning, cows grow up, and so it looks like a lot of cows during the nighttime, but in the daytime there aren't that many. And you can hear the chickens from the chicken farm. This is the Sika apartment buildings here, and right here, this begins the hallway to the Gatehouse. So this is the Sika reception area here, and you go past here to the new section, and we now have the new hotel here, and this is the hotel's reception area. I don't have a name for that hotel yet, and we have a builder, Hallie, working on the level 3 of this building, and that's why you can see the concrete coming in. And then she'll work on the level 4 of this building. This building is already a level 3. And then down this hall, and here we are. We are back where we started. Hold on, what was that? I see. I saw light. It looked like a halo around that building. It was, actually. And this is the reception from the Gatehouse. So this is where people come from the outside, right here, and they come to this desk, and then check in, get information, and find out the things that they want to find out. And then they're directed down this hallway towards the restaurant and the hotel, and the taxi, because that's where the taxi is going to be, and that taxi is going to allow them to go to other parts of the city, including the tavern. So, and we know now that we do have people who opened this. I thought I left it closed, but maybe I did open it. And so that is a consideration. So look at these areas. There we go. And so that is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, is adding this new section. When we add this new area here, we're going to have another restaurant owner, we're going to have another baker, we're going to have several druids in this area for the hotel, and for the druid red towers, which are the ones that go up to the surface of the water. So we're going to have a bunch of people here in this area. There's enough housing in Sika, I think, for the restaurant owner. If we put a druid station in the hotel so that there's somebody running the hotel, we can do that. Running the front desk of the hotel, we'll do that. And the way we have at the Trees Hotel. And we can call this hotel, unless someone comes up with a better name, we can call this hotel the Gatehouse Hotel. And that is what it would be. And it's right off of this area right here. And I'm beginning to, let's see, sometimes this happens when I've done a lot of movement of blocks and things, like we built that whole underwater area. That begins to make it that I start lagging, but it's Java now. And so here we go, everybody. Thank you very much for being here for this little bit of time. That was an hour and a half, and I look forward to having longer time periods. Thank you for being in chat. Mr. Villager, obrigado, obrigado. Thank you for being in chat. All of you, enjoy your games, enjoy watching all the other gamers, and here we go. We've been listening to drone hands when we weren't listening to the air conditioner going and now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus. And so, bye for now, everyone. Bye for now. Thanks again.